Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to Ultra Physics. Students, in today's video lecture, we will study about the betatron and the linear accelerator. Students, previously we have described the accelerators which are used for accelerating positively charged particles. But this type of accelerator known as betatron is used for accelerating the electrons. Beams of energetic electrons are also needed for various purposes, the most important of which is the production of X-rays of very high energy and can be used to produce nuclear reactions like gamma neutron, gamma proton, etc., or highly penetrating radiations for the study of properties of solids. So, for this purpose, to obtain the beams of energetic electrons, a particle accelerator known as the betatron is used. So its invention discovery is also very much important like other particle accelerators. Magnetic induction is used to accelerate the electrons, and the basic working principle of the betatron is same as that of transformer, that is, in which an alternating current applied to a primary coil induces a similar current in the secondary windings. The betatron was developed in 1935 by Max Steinbeck in Germany to accelerate electrons. Rolf Vidore was a Norwegian physicist who was the originator of many particle acceleration concepts, including the resonance accelerator and the betatron. Construction of betatron. It's a transformer in which a cloud of electrons located inside an annular donut-shaped vacuum chamber takes the place of the secondary windings, similar to that of transformer. The chamber is placed within the poles of an electromagnet and the magnet produces a strong field in the central space of the donut. Electrons move in a circular orbit of constant radius within the vacuum chamber. Construction of betatron. It's a top view of the betatron. We have a electron injector, the circular electron paths, the terminal path, target and vacuum donut. And the side view of the betatron, it's a magnetic core and the electromagnetic coils. Here is the vacuum donut. Working of betatron. The induced accelerating field must have just the right strength to ensure that the electrons remain in the fixed orbit. When the magnetic field increases, the required relation between the linking flux and the magnetic field is given by the relation, where r is the radius of stable orbit. The force on electron is capital E, and the law of motion of electron. To maintain the motion in a circular orbit, HeV equals mv square by r. This force equals centripetal force. Calculating the following relationship, this equation is the betatron condition and also holds for relativistic energies. Let's talk about the linear accelerator. A linear particle accelerator is a type of particle accelerator that greatly increases the kinetic energy of charged particles or ions by passing the ions to a series of oscillating electric potentials along a linear arrangement of the cylindrical electrodes with increasing length, as shown in the figure. This was invented by Leo Szilard in 1928. We have a cylindrical shape, a linear accelerator, ion source and different portions, and the electron beam is passed through them. A collimated beam is produced. Drift tubes and frequency RF sources are also used. The largest linear accelerator is at the Stanford Linear Accelerator Center. It is about 3.2 kilometers long and accelerates electrons to 25 gigaelectron. It is also used as an electron-positron collider with total energy 50 gigaelectron volt per beam. Linex 2 was built to obtain higher intensities and better stability. Image of Linex 2 is shown on the screen. The goal of the Linex 4 160 megaelectron volt is to replace Linex 2 50 megaelectron volt. So Linex 4 is also shown on the screen. Applications of linear accelerator in the field of medical science. So in medicines, it is used in two forms. Firstly, for accelerating electrons to high energies, where they collide with a heavy metal target to produce high energy X-rays. Secondly, using proton as the accelerated particles and using those to collide directly with the patient's body. Working phenomena is shown in the figure. Now, what are the advantages of these high energy X-rays produced by using the linear accelerators? So first advantage is that it gives sharper images. Secondly, there are less skin effects. Third, it is therefore less painful for the patient. Fourth, the large penetrating power of the high energy X-rays allows treatment of deep-seated tumors. Students, at the last of the video, it's an assignment for you. Try it yourself. With this, we conclude our today's lecture. If you like this video, kindly subscribe my YouTube channel Ultra Physics. Thanks for watching.